Hi there, my name is Allison Bixby, and I am delighted to be able to share with you one of my passions, which is guided journaling and helping people find their way onto the page of a journal to process life and to connect with God. It's been one of the most instrumental spiritual practices that I've developed and implemented into my own life, and I'm thrilled to share it with you today. I hope that you downloaded the Companion Gentle Whisper journaling pages that were included as a part of your free download, and either pull those out or grab some other paper or a journal and your favorite pen. And let me walk you through this guided journaling exercise. What is guided journaling? It simply means that you have a guide to help you put pen to page over the next few minutes. And so I will share some reflections on a particular story from the Old Testament, specifically from 1 Kings 19, the story of the prophet Elijah. And then at various points through those reflections, we'll pause and I'll invite you to write in your journal. And if you have the journaling pages that were included as a part of your download, then you'll see there are there's 6 pages. You have 2 pages for each of the prompts that we'll do where you can write, and there's a question or a phrase or a quote at the top for you to kind of know where we're at and where you should write responses. But otherwise, just grab your pen, settle into your chair, get comfy, let out a breath, and let's begin. God is not in the wind. God is not in the earthquake. God is not in the fire. God is in the gentle whisper. When God wanted to meet with Elijah, he didn't give him a lecture. He showed up in a whisper. In 1 Kings 19, Elijah is fleeing the wrath of Jezebel, worn down by how his life, his work, his calling is playing out. He's at a seeming dead end. Maybe you can identify with Elijah's frustrations. If I could rephrase Elijah's complaint, it might be something like this: I'm doing all I know to do, all I can with what I've been given. And now this? God, where are you? But God meets Elijah with a question. What are you doing here? And so at this point, I want you to pause the video. I want you to set a 5-minute timer. And if you're using the journaling pages that you could download, you'll see at the top the question that we just looked at. What are you doing here? And for 5 minutes, I simply want you to respond to the Lord about what you are doing right here, right now, in this moment. And once your 5 minutes are up, go ahead and hit play on the video again, and we will keep moving forward. One quick little suggestion to maximize your 5 minutes of journaling: keep the pen moving and writing the whole time to keep your mind and soul engaged, even if what you have to write is, I don't know what to write next. See you in 5 minutes. All right, let's continue. Metaphoric language is woven even into the fabric of singular words found in Scripture. Consider the word presence in the Old Testament. According to Baker's Evangelical Dictionary of Bible Theology, the most common Hebrew term for presence is panim, which is also translated face, implying a close and personal encounter with the Lord. Panim, according to the University of Iowa, appears anthropomorphically to describe the divine presence, as in Exodus 33:11, the Lord used to speak to Moses face to face, as one speaks to a friend, and idiomatically, like in Psalm 4:6, to convey divine favor. Let the light of your face shine on us, O Lord. Pondering the emotions of this word transforms our understanding of God's presence. Attaching the concrete word face with God's presence begins to enliven the reality of God with us. Being with God is not simply occupying the same space as when a teacher calls roll and you respond here to note your presence among many others. Being face to face with God reorients our minds to vividly map the intimacy of his presence, beholding the face of the beloved. The experience of his presence shifts from one of disconnection to profound intimacy. Can you remember the last time you gazed into someone's eyes for more than a few mere seconds? Holding someone's gaze is an intimate act, one that has been described as looking into someone's soul. Discover Magazine details an intriguing modern artistic experiment involving an extended period of holding a stranger's gaze. This is what they write. Serbian conceptual artist Marina Abramovic sat for hours on end in prolonged eye contact with strangers in the atrium of New York's Museum of Modern Art. The 2010 exhibition, The Artist is Present, spanned 3 months, with individuals waiting hours in line for a chance at an intimate gaze-off with Abramovic. After waiting hours in line for her own encounter, writer Rebecca Taylor described her anticipation this way. I was afraid of the judgment implicit in staring, afraid of the silence. And yet, as she settled into a half-hour interaction with the artist, she found a surprising peace. Other participants sat for more than an hour, eyes locked with Abramovic. Many of them wept. Others smiled or laughed. Some appeared entranced, as if swept away to some distant place or memory, and later said the exchange changed their life or revealed a love they had never felt before. Okay, so Abramovic was a stranger to the people who sat with her. Imagine what might happen to those of us who would sit in God's presence for prolonged stretches of time as if gazing into his face. If mere strangers can be entranced, led to peace, enticed to laughter, or experience a revelation of love, what then when we come face to face with the presence of the very God who knows and loves us? I want to invite you now into our second journaling prompt. We'll do it just like the first time, 5 minutes of writing. And so this would be the third page if you're following along in the printed journaling pages. And this is an invitation to sit face to face with the Father and let him see you. If grief, let him share grief with you. If joy, let him smile back at you. How are you coming face to face with God this morning? So again, I invite you to pause the video, set a 5-minute timer, and keep that pin on the page moving forward for the next 5 minutes. When the timer's done, come on back and we'll move into our last section of journaling. Well, welcome back. This next bit of journaling is going to ask you to engage your imagination, that imagination that God gave you. As we get to be older, as adults, sometimes we lose sight of our imagination, we use it less. But I think our imagination is a beautiful tool that can connect us really beautifully to God. So I want you to close your eyes. Take a couple of good, deep breaths to center yourself, to gather yourself. To allow some silence to move around you and to quiet yourself within. I want you to imagine that in an instant, a great, powerful, turbulent wind begins to whip around you. Your hair is scattering in 1,000 directions. Your hair whips around your face and your knees tremble, but you are held steadfast. As the great wind tapers and stills, then a tremorous shaking begins and becomes so strong you think the ground might open up. But you are secure. As the ground steadies once more, you see flames licking towards you, and they come so close you have to turn your face away from the heat. But you are unscathed. Then a pause, a stillness, as you brace for the next overwhelming wave. And yet, what comes is a gentle and quiet whisper. God is here, meeting you in quiet, in stillness, in tenderness. The invitation is to stay for as long as you'd like, in the quiet of your mind and heart, and listen to the quiet whisper of God, to experience the fullness of His gentleness. When you're ready, open your eyes and begin to write about your encounter, the gentle, quiet whisper of God. And again, I would tell you here, pause the video for 5 minutes, journal about the gentle, quiet whisper of God, and then come back for me to close us out. Thank you so much for joining me through this guided journaling. Something I'm so passionate about, helping other people learn so that they can connect with the Lord. Thank you for taking a few minutes to put pen to page. I know that your soul will be better because of it.